Welcome back, folks. We're getting into game. It's map number 1 of a fresh best of 3. Spawning here to the lower left. We have the red Zerg. It is none other than Losira.
And then the top right, I can't do directions today. Colors I have fine. It's the blue Protoss Hurricane.
To be honest, I thought you were going to say butt. Didn't even connect the dots that was
butt.
bottom. Oh my god.
Yeah.
The bottom is the butt. The bottom. I caved, by the way. I bought a buttress. I'm like gonna be so disappointed by this Kickstarter project, I'm sure. But I was like, fuck it. But here's what's so great about it, man. It's like 40 bucks. You gotta pay like the shipping and the tax thing. Came out to be exactly $69 to buy a pillow shaped like a butt. It doesn't get better than that. It honestly doesn't.
Did it on purpose?
Your face is going to it. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, my bad money decisions aside for a moment here. Hurricane, oh, this guy was on the rise, like a hard rise too. Him and Bunny were rising through the ranks. I feel like not faster but better than a lot of other players when the patch hit. But then he kind of simmered down, period. I don't know much about Losira because this guy has really been all over the place as far as every time we've seen him for the last year. But Hurricane, I would say, even simmering, is still in a very, very good spot as far as the game's concerned right now. He's been playing pretty well. He's consistently making like top 8s at least, which is an example of what's happening here today. No, excuse me, not today. It's round of 16. We'll see if he gets to the round of 8.
Some of the matches lagged a little bit behind. Like Stats versus Deer took a while too, and I'm surprised Deer was able to ultimately win, but might have been some seriously late game PvPs. And this was also another one that lagged behind a little bit. But Hurricane did beat Bunny, which, yeah, I'm sad about. Losira, Lero, don't really know who that is. PvZ too. But yeah, ooh. Hurricane versus Losira. Losira has always been ultimately almost back on the form as we knew him years and years ago. Never able to quite reach it.
Yeah, it's cool. Okay, so I'm actually looking at the other side of this bracket. So jumping ahead for just a moment, guys, while the adepts come out. The winner of this goes on to fight against Ryong. Ryong actually 2-1 Gumiho. I know Gumiho, actually speaking to him directly, was a little reluctant to do anything around with GSL happening, and like he's been trying to keep his head down low. Okay, makes sense. But I'm surprised to see him get picked off by Ryong 2-1. But as much as I would love to equate that to skill, right now Cyclone versus Cyclone is kind of just maybe not so skill based, if you know what I'm saying. Well,
some people get it better than others. All right. Yeah, I don't know. We haven't seen.
Some people got tank jobs better than others. I'm just saying.
Yeah, exactly. But there is actually, including that, there's some kind of like small surprises in this bracket for sure. With the PvP going in that way, with the TVT going that way, with Rogue apparently just continuing not to be as we would expect ever since his GSL. Like, I don't know, something's weird in the air.
Maybe it smells like a baneling. Because one just busted our chat. Black Spade Kamui, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Good morning, dude. Good day, Riff. Hope your PUBG went well. Olimoleague. We sadly had no chicken dinners last night.
Oh, that must have been the day before. I saw Wardy post a chicken.
Oh, dude. Wardy and I had some sick games the day we weren't streaming. I'm telling you, it's when we stream, we fucking lose all the time.
Of course.
And the worst part is like, you know what, we'll talk about it more in a sec. We got the Oracle coming in. Fucking PUBG memes, dude. God damn it. But more importantly, the adepts didn't shade through, or they did. Okay, excuse me.
I spoke a little too soon. They ran into a bunch of lings, however. This trap gets 3 drones, which is not bad.
Does that not affect eggs and larvae anymore?
No, it doesn't.
When did that change go through?
I don't remember. I want to say 4.0. It was in a bug fix.
Interesting. I thought the idea that it could freeze larvae was actually really cool. Like, that was a really sick deny tactic.
Yeah. Considering that it's Protoss that needs help in this matchup, I'm surprised that's how it went down, but yeah. I don't even, it may not have even been in the patch notes. It was something that someone noticed and put in like a Reddit thread or something. I don't even remember either, but you know, Blizzard does that type of stuff a lot.
That does make Oracle significantly less effective because, yes, their damage usually gets denied by Queens and the Spore, but when they would get the Stasis Trap off, yeah, we grab Workers, maybe a Queen, but screw Injects, screw Larva production. Like, that was a really powerful thing. Maybe too powerful, and that's why they changed it. Either way, okay, yes. Now we know.
So I know you made this joke, I think, in between games, so no one heard it, but the range upgrade, or the range being nerfed on the upgrade that is auto turret back on the Raven, because repair drone just really wasn't that useful. I was like really shocked that Blizzard paid like that much attention to the Zergs that said like that was too powerful auto turret harassment. Because, I don't know, my belief has always been, even in the face of some of those Zergs yelling, like, that it wasn't ever super, super powerful. Like, it wasn't going to break the matchup. But they listened pretty damn quickly to that. So now it's at one range or something pretty weird.
The thing that bothers me, though, is that they're willing to take a look at that, but not the warp prism. Oh, no, the Zell walked out of the wall for a second. Gets back in there, though, so this will be minimal. This could have been so much worse, though. Oh, my God.
I agree.
Because that Colossus might get caught spawning. Oh, that would have been sick.
Yeah. Or I would agree with the Warp Prism if it wasn't, again, Protoss that needs some help here.
Oh, but I mean, like, that's the logic, right? Like, range on Ravens, a unit that is almost never used. Let's take a look at that.
Yeah, no, I do agree. So Losira is going for a pretty dedicated attack here. He did fit in +1, but it's at 54 drones. It's on 3 bases. We don't have a Baneling nest. Like, all the gas goes into nothing but Hydras. And this is one of the last times, I suppose, we'll be seeing this all in. With the most recent update to the patch to be, the upgrades are still being split for the Zergs. So this would take an extra 100 seconds or whatever it would be to actually do. With effective Hydras anyways, I suppose it could exist with just range or just speed. But there it is, kicks in. Force field's got to be okay here. Oh, but there's actually 2 Colossus, so maybe only force fields. One on the high ground was maybe a shock to Losira too.
That bonus damage versus light really shining through as the Hydras just get annihilated. Losira's running into a bad spot, but Colossus on the top side no longer protected, so hold up. He does get one of the Colossus, that's big.
Force fields have been expended, and while initially this looked really good, perhaps running out of units, I feel like all your Hurricane needs, though, is a couple more Warpins.
Yeah, no Warp Prism for counter damage, unfortunately. The Oracle's still just kind of chilling, but man, those Colossus, they did work. This guy's had 18 kills. I can only imagine the other one that died was about similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
What's the versus light? 17 times 2. Oh.
Okay, Colossus... I feel like there's gonna be the forgotten buffs and nerfs to Colossus.
Oh no! Why are you cut out like this?
Once again, but these things were tweaked to try and enter back into the matchup, and it's working out okay here. For me, I look at that and like Losira just lost the Lings, and then the Hydras never had any protection, and then the Lings died again so quickly. Everything's dying quickly with 2 Colossus. But
he's just throwing away too much, really.
Yeah, I think so. He does take a 4th base. He is transferring over into Lurkers, and you know, Lurkers could be a way to come back into this, but things considered as right now, Losira did not have a good push.
Oh, that's our 1000th resub right there. Coming back for 2 years. .ktml, thank you very much.
Why do you hate Protoss so much, Rifkin?
They touched me. They
Show me on the marine doll.
Yeah.
No.
I actually have a real answer to that, but we'll save it in a sec. Right now we got the attack coming underway. This should go well for Hurricane. I mean, the 2-front attack out of Losira was a smart move, but he just didn't have the unit count for it. He threw too much away in the first fight. So Hurricane ultimately will take the game. But as far as my serious answer to this, right? If you guys have gone back through any days of our casting, I think it's... Here's the thing. Here's how I look at it. Protoss balance whining on a cast is like an idiot test to see if people understand what sarcasm is. And the people who get genuinely upset at anything I say have been weeded out as idiots. And people who ask questions like that, you're the idiot. I'm so sorry to say, but you might not realize it. Your inability to detect sarcasm has certainly outed you, however, in this instance. If there was a legitimate reason to hate Protoss, if anything, it would be because of the current state of balance in the game, but we've had balance shift all over the place, and Riffin, you've been pretty consistent with hating Protoss, so where's your answer to this? And once again, I just bring up, it's sarcasm, it's jokes, it's for the cast, and I know it riles some people up, so if you're really one of these people who just passionately, because this guy says, it's the only thing keeping me from favoriting this channel, then I'm sorry, you're never going to enjoy this channel, so don't waste your time, man. Save you and me some energy.
Yeah, already then. I think it is legitimate though. At some point, you know, there is the funny balance wine. There's the not serious balance wine, like complaining about a warp prism when it clearly wasn't the main reason that they won or something like that. But there is a purpose to constantly reminding people like the matchup right now isn't good. That affects the Terran's mentality. There's a point in like bringing it up because that could be the future, and Blizzard should be looking at it. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I see people that are like, you know, Terran won a game, Protoss is obviously fine, and I'm like, maybe it's not as bad as some people say, but there are some legitimate issues, and actually ZVP is even worse. So I'm surprised there's not the Zergs coming out in the chat right now saying, you know, Losira lost. It's not that bad.
Well, we're going to Catalyst. We'll see if he can bring it back. Shit. I gotta skip the intro. I gotta type. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to type in time. I started telling Parting a really dumb joke, and he's really confused by it. So I said, like, why did the chicken cross the road? And he says, his answer is, what the fuck? How do you know that the chicken crossed the road? That's not the format of this joke, Parting. That's not how this works. That's like, knock, knock. What's for dinner? No. Anyways, we're getting into game number 2. I love Parting. Spot to the bottom right, we have the red Zerg. He's down one at the moment. It is Losira.
The top left, as the blue Protoss, it is here again.
It's kind of just got me thinking though. Sorry, this is my dad jokes take precedence of all things. I wonder what, like, does Korea have an equivalent to dad jokes? Do they have the same moans and groans for bad puns and terrible humor?
Of course they do. Probably be very weird to us though, but I'm sure they do.
I mean, I'm sure there's something that gets lost in translation, but this is more of like, is there directly a dad joke like in Korea? Or the fathers, they're like just not the same thing. I don't know. But anyways, thank you very much to, I'm gonna guess that's Hard Revenge. Anytime I just see Korean in chat gifting a sub, I assume it's Hard Revenge, so I'm sorry if that was somebody else, but gifted a sub to Live Lesser. Thank you very much for that. Whoa, that's our 1000th gifted sub. Whoa.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Thanks, Hard Revenge.
OMG.
You get a free sock, but only one.
But it will
you gotta
free
try
you.
to be the 1,000th subscriber again later to get the other sock.
So you can just be like chilly with one foot until then, or?
Yep, exactly. Especially, you know, if you don't have any other socks. You're depending on that being a 1,000th subscriber.
Hang that sock on your dick, my friend, and stay warm.
Oh my God.
Third base gets scouted pretty quickly by Hurricane. Prob's doing a good job here.
You know, sometimes there's a person who wears bras. When it's really cold, I'm like really glad I have that extra layer of protection.
Oh, hang on, my sound just got out. Hopefully that didn't happen to stream. Sorry, I heard bras and my headset just, its nose started bleeding and freaked out, I guess.
I said as a person who wears bras, I'm really grateful for that added layer of warmth in like the cold season.
You know what? I recently, I know I've talked about this before, but I've recently really started to appreciate, this is such a weird word still to me, but bralettes.
Oh yeah. Wait, why do you appreciate them so much?
They just look really great. I feel like everyone knows I'm an ass man, but they are to the bra what yoga pants are to the butt. They just make it look so good.
Really?
I mean, so
usually,
at least.
I think the old-fashioned thing is to say that a push-up bra is like a yoga pant.
I guess in terms of like literal one-to-one, yes, that would be more accurate. I was just saying like in terms of like it makes it look good. That's it.
Okay.
But, we have Stargate leading Oracle across the map once again. I'm surprised in this. Like, Hurricane didn't lose the game, so right, who cares? Don't criticize the Warp Prism or the Stargate choice, but the Oracle really didn't do much. It sat there idle after doing a failed stasis trap. Did he even use it for anything, or was it all the? It's just all the Colossus, right?
Yeah, but it could have scouted. I honestly wasn't paying attention to how much he knew about the 3-base all-in, but he did seem well prepared for it, so I imagine that's why he was so prepared for it. The Oracle saw the lack of force, saw the lack of drones, saw the Hydras moving out, etc., etc. whatever. But there's a Baneling nest this time, so no 3-base. Well, no 3-base Hydrolin anyways from Losira.
A little bit of the South coming out with that one. 3-base. Y'all.
I'm not sure that's South. I think that's just wrong. An accent is only a language that's spoken incorrectly by a mass amount of people, but that one was just wrong.
Wow, that is a really interesting way to define an accent, but it is also so accurate.
I've said this before, and I swear to God, Twitch chat was like, no, no, and I was like, oh, I think it is.
No, I agree. That's the perfect description of it in a really weird way. The drones are pulled away from this, so he's not going to lose too many. The Lings might get one. I don't think they'll get both the Adepts. Second one transfers through, only to probably also get picked off. Yeah, sorry, but this is the true queen. Spit on the fake queen.
Yeah. Okay, so Hurricane goes for a 3rd base. Losira is going for the +1 melee with the Baneling Nest for safety as he drones. This was Losira's map choice. The Olimoleague is loser's pick with -2 maps. This time Abyssal Reef and Battle on the Boardwalk. Abyssal Reef is leaving us soon, by the way.
Yeah.
Reminder to say goodbye while you can.
I'm a little bit sad, but at the same time very happy because I'm sick of filing copyright claim disputes every time we play the intro. Because it is 100% fair use, it is 100% parody, it's cleared every time I file for it. It's just that it automatically gets flagged every time.
Yo, okay, so that kind of has to do with Disney, and this reminds me of a Reddit thread I was reading yesterday of like, what conspiracy theory do you 100% buy into?
All of them.
And I learned about Elsagate. Have you heard of that?
No, but I know about all the weird stuff on YouTube with like Spider-Man and Elsa stuff. Is that this?
That's what it is, yeah.
Okay.
And I had no idea this was a thing. I guess I had probably heard about weird messed up videos, but not this specifically.
You need to watch more H3H3, man.
No, I know, because that was one of the things they referenced. Because there's like Elsagate, the subreddit. But and the conspiracy theory is that it's trying to normalize these weird things for kids and blah blah blah, really bad stuff. But apparently that doesn't get flagged, but your Abyssal Reef intro does.
Yeah, additional queens are being made, but also a double expansion at Losira and a Spiring to go for some air units.
Yeah.
We'll see if this actually works. Even if it's just you know what? Even if this is just 1 or 2 mutas to kill a Warp Prism, you can justify going with Spire in that regard. But we have been seeing some players start bringing mutas back in pretty significant ways. However, with the investment in roach speed, lings, and ranged weapons, like Losira's all over the place right now, frankly. I'm a little worried that he's spreading himself too thin.
Well, I was surprised, yeah, more so by the roaches. You know, you set up for the eventual Baneling when you get the Baneling nest. They work so well together. And then you go into roaches instead. And I wonder if that's also kind of a red light or a yellow light, I suppose, where Hurricane's like, why roaches? You know, who does those anymore? And while Roach Baneling, I guess, can still be a very decent attack, I am wondering if that's a yellow light, as I said, a warning sign. So he had 2 hallucinated phoenixes trying to scout out what it really truly is. Unfortunately, neither of them made it to the natural where the Spire is truly located. And this is going to be a Ling Roach attack, maybe some Banelings, but the real trick would be the Muta swap behind it, perhaps. Oh, Warper's gonna scout it.
That tricks Dad, they're illusions.
Or not. Zealot's gonna scout it. It came from the Warp Prism.
The StarCraft equivalent is literally, they're not tricks, Dad, they're hallucinations. Alright, the Warp Prism is gonna be driven off. This did get deep enough. Oh no, it didn't! It still didn't see the Spire!
Are you kidding? The Zealots didn't see it?
No, look at the vision of Hurricane!
Oh, that's bad. That's bad news. That's well, okay,
now,
the Warp Prism
now he knows.
sees it, yeah. Now that's enough mutas that you know that wasn't just oh, I don't want to deal with Warp Prisms. That's 8. That was 12 or actually 15 now. So he's got to get some protection, and he's only getting a handful of Phoenixes, and I don't think that's enough.
Zergling's looking to get us around, but the Archons are quite dangerous in this situation. Not to mention the Storm, so he splits up. We got 2 different attacks happening. Big attack in the 3rd base, trying the ground army over here. Mutalisk in the meantime, get over here. Oh, Shield Battery trying to keep the cannon alive. Not going to be enough. A couple Stalkers, even a Phoenix or 2 warped in. It's going to be okay for the defense, but he's going to lose a lot of probes in the process.
Yeah. I think he just kind of gave up on microing. So he's going to lose the natural control of it anyways, but he saves most of the probes, and the Phoenixes don't just die because you can't pay attention to him, as he is paying attention to so many things, even warping in, harassment, going for an attack, like lots of stuff on the mini-map here. Yeah,
we're actually in this weird base trade scenario. I'm not sure if it'll be like a game-ending one, but this has certainly been Losira killing a lot because Hurricane said, you know what, I can't shoot up with these units anyways. Let's do as much damage as possible in retaliation. So far, it's only a hatchery and 6 drones. Not worthwhile, not yet.
Yeah, it doesn't compare to the 26 probes, but Hurricane does still have all 4 bases and still has his army, which I feel like usually you're going to give that up. Not on purpose, but it's going to happen.
Storms are pretty good for the Hydras. The Roaches going without them, so they get picked off by the Immortals pretty quickly. Lucira's defense might be higher in supply, but not necessarily higher in effectiveness. Storms are real good, but he's almost out. He's got 1, maybe 2.
2, yeah, on the full energy.
Recall's the good choice there, I think.
Recall's a really nice choice, especially because Losira didn't pounce on it. He maybe could have grabbed a couple of units had he seen the opportunity. But Losira is on a decent army of Mass Hydra with +2. And Hurricane does need to get those storms to be pretty darn good. And in the position he currently is at, this is the most concavable area possible. So his storms might not be as effective as he's hoping for. And he doesn't have that many charge lots. So these Archons might not even get the shots they're looking for. Losira's gonna have a huge concave here. Getting on top of the ramp too, but still pretty bulked up on the left side. Takes a lot of damage.
Nexus system abandoned. I think this is the right call. Gotta wait for a few more Warpins to actually take this fight. Charge lots are pretty good against Hydras too. Most of those Roaches are gone, so the buffer's not here anymore. No Banelings with us either, but Lucira's up like double the army supply. I think Brute Force has been Zerg's best friend, but he's got to collect himself. Like, even straight Hydras on the left side being picked off for free, that's not good.
This is an awful clump of Hydras there. The storms are still on the way, though. They look so close to being done, but it's 5 more seconds. All the army will be dead by the time they're ready to go. The Immortals trying so hard. There finally is 1 storm, 2 storms, 3. All of them have to be used, but it's a complete trade that goes in favor of Losira, who has more bases, who has more economy. I think he just won that game.
He did lose a lot of his mutas and army, so I understand why he's pulling back to regroup. But yeah, that numbers game might be a little out of hand now. Resources lost surprisingly close after all, but I think for Hurricane, had he more gas and he could get more Templar, he could get more Archons, this would still be a fighting game for him. As is, his best hope is that Losira doesn't bother him for some time and he can somehow establish this 4th base. I don't think Losira's going to let him do that, though, upon scouting it.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is also like a almost direct path for Losira, who's expanded to the right side, so reinforcements will be pretty quick. He's got Banelings finally. He's had the Banelings forever, but we really didn't see too many of them. Now, if Hurricane was hoping that charge lots would save him somehow, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, let me get over here. This is actually going to be pulled back by this. Are you serious?
Okay, well, if that pulled back long enough for him to get a Dark Shrine finish, and then Dark Templars pulled him back, and then... Okay, maybe that's enough.
I mean, 10 workers wasn't too bad for what that attack was, but Baneling's on the left side, looking for a sneak attack in.
2 storms look so powerful, but nothing really to back them up to get the kills.
Oh, those were some good storms, but
yeah,
it's still...
that was really well placed.
Not good enough. There's so many Hydras still coming in here. Hurricane is playing a hell of a game on no supply to work with. Credit where it's due, but unfortunately, numbers are going to win this game. GG. GG. That's going to send us to an ace match. So we'll go to another commercial break before we hop into game 3. Real quick, the Maroon Pirate in chat for 22 months on that resub says, will you guys be in Katowice so I may molest you guys? I have no plans to be at Katowice. But
no,
I don't know if Zombie Grub does.
Well, I wouldn't now. Fuck, dude.
All right, well, guys, we're gonna go to That's the biggest like turn off of an invitation, like especially after we talked about show us on the doll where the Protoss touched you. We're gonna go to break, like I said, though. 2 minutes. Game 3 when we get back. All right, back in game for Mape Nation, y'all. Map number 3. It is tied up 1-1. I got a special shout out to do in just a moment as well. But before then, to the top left, we have the red Protoss. It's Hurricane.
The bottom right as the blue Zerg, it is Losira.
And then I'm going to replay this because I love the excuse to play this sound anytime we get the opportunity. Heavy Armor 33 donates $30. Dude, I hope you get your stuff sorted, by the way. That's an apprehensive $30. I'm just saying. But $30 nonetheless. It's a birthday love. 30, I'm old. Stay classy and weird. Dude, you're doing it wrong. On your birthday, other people are supposed to give you money. Thank you for the $30. That's some awesome generosity. And guys, can we get some happy birthdays to chat for Heavy Armor 33? Guy has actually been through an ordeal in and out of the hospital, having to deal with some very life-threatening treatments, and he survived them all to make it to 30. So you know what? You're old, but thank fucking God you're old, my dude. Keep on fighting. Keep on surviving.
Thank God you're old.
That's kind of a weird thing to consider, but like, that's something I want to aspire to say. Because of course we all know I plan to die at 60. But
I think last time you talked about it, you said like 50 or something, and I was like, Jesus.
The longevity, I had some celery sticks the other day, so my longevity has increased. And I've been taking my vitamin D, so you know, that's like 10 years right there. Easy.
At least.
And vitamin C, so you know I'm not going to die of scurvy.
Man, I'm so terrified of the flu.
Yeah, good luck, by the way. You're traveling. You're going to a foreign place.
I'm already okay for the last travel I did, but yeah. So I wasn't gonna bother with the flu shot, to be honest, because last year I don't think I did, and it worked out okay. But my mom was like really passionate, right? Because she's being a mom and she's worried about me and stuff. But she was like, you know what? The real reason is you come back with the flu, and then I get the flu. I don't want to get the flu. Get your flu shot. But apparently it's only 33% effective or something. So, well, sorry, Mom.
It's good to know that your mom does not fall into the anti-vaccine crowd.
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with a lot of my relatives' opinions about things, but I don't think I know anyone who is anti-vaccine.
You know what? I see that too, and I've also never met a round earther, but they are, or flat earther, but they are around.
I hope you have met some round earthers.
I've never met a single person who believes that the earth is round, but I hear about them all the time on the internet. Trying to convince me there's no edge to the earth. Hello?
I would not have noticed if you didn't correct yourself. Okay.
Can we? I want that to be like a meme, like the just bloody round earthers. I got $5 coming from Ant Woman Dibu. I don't know how to say that name. I thought it was Ant Woman for a second, but it's Ant One DW is what I'm gonna go with here. Thank you very much for the $5. Dude, he says hi, hello. You remind me of an old friend of ours called Riamar. Used to also say hi.
Yeah.
Oh man, Jimmy knows what's up. Celery and peanut butter is exactly what I did. I bought Cheese Whiz. I'm like, this doesn't taste as good as I remember as a kid. So I got a full jar of Cheese Whiz I'm never gonna eat, but I got 2 empty jars of peanut butter.
A jar of Cheese Whiz?
That not a thing in America?
Like a can that you spray? That's how I know, that's what I know Cheese Whiz is.
What? You can get a spray can version of it?
Of course.
Like whipped cream?
Yes, that's what I would know as Cheese Whiz.
What? No, it's just like a jar, dude. Like a glass jar.
Dude, what the hell? So this is so weird, right? Because when I went to Kings of the North, a bunch of the Canadians were saying how, like, they don't have whipped cream in a can. And I was like, what? I'm pretty sure you guys do. But now we have Cheese Whiz and you guys don't in a can. We truly are the best.
I'm now aware of what that guy was doing in the Goofy movie when he was spraying cheese on his hand and eating it all the time.
Wait, what did you think it was?
I mean, I knew it was like a just sprayed cheese. I realized it was Cheese Whiz.
Gee whiz, Rifkin. You don't know what Cheese Whiz is?
This reminds me of that incident with the toaster.
That was still a great day.
Wait, what? Alright, the oracles are not getting the damage that they need to. In fact, one almost dies. A little bit risky. Hurricane pulling back off this. I know we've been talking a little bit of silliness, guys, but it's been a bit of a slow build-up. However, we finally have some action with Lings darting across the map and a Robo out of Hurricane after it. The way game 1 went was really easy, I feel. I think we're going to see a mirror of that if these Colossus get into production, and I don't see a way for Losira to contest this.
Oh, yeah, it's actually going to take me a little while. I've totally been paying attention to this game. Don't worry, guys.
She's too busy trying to fathom that the Earth is round.
I'm still blew my mind. So Lurkers are going to be... I mean, Lurkers have been giving Protoss a lot of trouble. And I talked about how in the very first game, I believe, of the day, or of the series, that is, Lurkers maybe could have brought Losira back. And the difference is you can actually get to Lurkers this time. Colossus will help, but if you can get a big enough army around the top of them, then Colossus aren't very sturdy. That's why their legs are so tiny.
Their legs aren't tiny, though. What?
Well, they're thin.
That's different than tiny. If you say tiny, I think short. I don't think thin.
I mean, you're right, but I can also say his legs are tiny, his chicken legs.
I'm right, but on the overlay, I'm on the left.
I'm hopeful that people would be like, he doesn't have literal chicken legs like 2 inches high.
Yeah, cuckoo-ca-cha, cuckoo-ca-cha.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how many lurkers he even gets here. He's also adding on an infestation pit.
I actually like this, though. Lurkers and Colossus have a weird dynamic where perfectly controlled Colossus that have no outside factors, no Lings and no Hydras waiting on the sides, they can beat out Lurkers. But unfortunately, in any other scenario, that's not how it gets to play out, and it's not so easy to precisionally remove them. Hero is the only guy I've really seen do this in a way that just left me stunned and awestruck. So 7 Lurkers should serve Losira really well, especially considering there's almost no detection for the attack, just the Oracles, really? Oh, there isn't a single observer, excuse me.
Single observer.
Whoa, we are now like over 60% of our goal to me just like forcing out the BTS all early. Firelicious just threw in 33 bucks. Thank you very much, as I turned 33 on this day, so I am older than you, you young person. Well, happy birthday to Firelicious as well, apparently.
Thanks.
Congratulations. Your parents had sex 9 months ago. I'm really happy for both of you guys. Congratulations making it to your 30s.
Good job. So Hurricane does push forward here. Some Protosses kind of just like dilly-dally around and scare the Zerg, but he actually pushes forward. He worked with a lot of Stalkers. Unfortunately, didn't realize there were so many Lurkers. Didn't really have an answer for those. They crept up on him, and he needs to go down the ramp, or else he'll have to recall. I thought he was going to get himself trapped.
I just want to quickly add an addendum here. I meant to say your parents had sex. Well, your parents may have had sex 9 months ago, but I meant 33 years and 9 months ago.
I mean, if they're enjoying life, I guess they're having sex right now.
Once a week, every Sunday. Another $5 coming up for Jimmy. Says hello to you too, ZGB Blazer.
What? Chicken legs are not thick and short. Chicken legs are absolutely thin and tiny, and nothing to do with their height. Okay.
I want to be on your side for this, but I just feel like it was a bad analogy.
Well, it doesn't matter. Like, okay, my analogy might have been bad, but he's just correct.
Okay, it's a cancel the base, not an actual kill. Colossus, don't... It's insane watching how much damage these do to light units and then how nothing they do to a Spore Crawler. It's like 100 attacks to kill the Spore Crawler, but be a little bit lazy. He's not actually juking the shots. Walking forward's a little bit dangerous too. Oh god, Hurricane just took a lot of damage on the army.
That was pretty bad. That was really bad. Now they're gonna regain their shields, and ideally you never walk into the lurk again, so perhaps it won't matter, but
actually,
so much.
Yeah, Digging Claws, or does it still say Evolve Adaptive Talent? So stupid. On the way. This will make the lurkers a lot more viable. Right now they can only sit and defend. But I have a counterpoint to your chicken leg argument, Zombie Robe.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
so I think I understand what's going on here. Because you're thinking of like the shins down to the feet. They're probably thinking of the thighs down to the feet. And in that case, the chicken legs wouldn't be thin and tiny. They would be thick and delicious. But also, more importantly, I'm thinking of the movie Chicken Run right now. Those are some thick bitches. I'm just saying.
Okay. All right. Okay.
That's a great movie too, by the way.
There's also some confusion about whether we're talking about actual chicken legs or when you say someone has chicken legs. Anyways. Oh my god, the
Titan
claws. Oh god.
Oh my god, that tore apart the Colossus. Now, one did get picked up and saved. The other one's on like 2 health. Still cutting away from the army, but Losira got an amazing flank on Hurricane. And Losira, by the way, not only on Hive Tech and chasing the army back, 85 drones, rocking and rolling. That everything here is just looking Zerg right now.
Yes, I think Losira has won this game. I mean, 5 bases to 4. If Hurricane could just get Losira to back up for a second, maybe he could come back. Storms, more Colossus, something. But there's nothing else on the map. The War Prism has been used to save his Colossus, a single Colossus. And Losira is, well, maybe he won't kill him right here, right now. Is free to go up to that hive to get a greater spire. Oh, that's a lot of lurkers.
Yeah, enjoy watching 33 splash damage tear through everything.
Right? As soon as he pulls away from that, 4th base goes down, 3rd base goes down, everything goes down, Hurricane. A lot of trouble.
This Hurricane's on a slide because he's going down.
Yes. By the way, when you brought up the incorrect name of the digging claws, I was gonna point out, like, as soon as something gets posted on Reddit and gets upvoted, they change that lickety split. But I make a point to complain about the Liberator bug every single time we see it. It's never gonna get fixed.
Can you do me a favor? When you're casting at Leipzig or whatever, and if this comes, can you call it Evolve Adaptive Talons, not Digging Claws? And just see how many people you can trigger by calling it the wrong thing, quote unquote.
I will very much so try to remember to do that, because you know what's gonna happen. The Cookhouse is gonna be like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "No, seriously, that's what it's called." And then I'll have, you know, Kevin or Fear Dragon, I guess, like mouse over it, and I'll be like, "See, see, see."
Fear Dragon probably would be the only other one there who would know what you're talking about too, because he's like the fun facts, weird, useless facts guy.
Yep. Well, that Nexus is going to be very low. There was on Hive Tech and was upgrading, but he's not quite up to Hive Tech units.
Yo, I love... Sorry, go on. I didn't mean to interrupt.
You can see where I was going with that. No Vipers, no Broodlords. But he has a Vultures.
I love that he had a Spine Crawler, so I got really excited about this, because I always get so upset we don't see more Zerg doing defensive structures, and that Spine Crawler just saved a whole drone line. Because the Zealots, by the time they finished chewing through that, they didn't get to kill the Queen. The army was there in time. Like, it's all the reason to spend that 100 minerals.
So fast.
It's almost like a magic trick watching them burrow, seriously. It's like a ninja throwing a smoke bomb down, just gone.
Now with Storms, Colossus, and Immortals, he really is chunking away at these lurkers, being on the front. Obviously, they're taking down first. So Losira might want to be a little more careful with that, but he is on to Broodlord soon enough. He's banking quite a bit. The harassment's been cleaned up. He's taking another base. And that Spire finally finishes up. Hopefully turns into a Greater Spire, because that would be the killing blow. Hurricane can't afford to transfer into Stargate.
Just realized how weird that animation is. I've never really grasped the fact that it like shrinks down.
Yeah, it gets a hug from tentacles from the deep.
Yeah, that's some
hug.
Yeah, exactly. I will say this much though: Hurricane has brought himself back into a position of fighting through a lot of the things you just mentioned. Storms get control, and Losira may be overextending. I mean, look at the resources lost, right, guys? But I still go back to the fact that Losira has control of the game. I think. Well, maybe he doesn't have the creep spread that looks so amazing and dominant. The fact that he got to Ultras, the fact that he's getting to Broodlords, and all of this has all been uncontested. Basically,
yeah. He's constantly buying time with Lings, too, because even though Hurricane has a shot if he ever gets close to max out before Broodlords come into play, it's taken a while anyways, and he's always going to have to deal with these run-bys, which kill a 3rd base. He's going to recall, but probably too late? Not enough units, not the right units.
They just loses Colossus. Oh my god, they get destroyed by the Lings. That recall killed Hurricane's army.
Oh boy.
And it doesn't even save the base. Jesus.
His other army, like, that was the correct recall, to give him some credit. You would think Colossus would deal with the Lings, and then he left his Immortals to deal with the Ultras, and it wasn't enough Colossus, I suppose. So the Ultras dealt with the Immortals dealt with the Ultras. But now there is nothing to deal with the Broodlords.
Being told not to bully Fear Dragon. Guys, Fear Dragon is literally the... Sorry, you're right. He's not the useless fat guy. He's the 99% useless fat guy. That's my bad. I should have distinguished that better. Thank you for helping keep me in check and making me a better person. Also, Tuna SC, thank you for that Prime sub. Glad to have
There's
you on
been some
board.
real enunciation, I feel, worries this game. Because I heard useless fat guy.
Sex.
And then I heard, you know, dick and claws a couple of times.
Your mind is
like
in the gutter, Zombie Grub.
It's like the man's equivalent of teeth.
Ooh. GG. Losira actually ends up taking the series, and he will advance on to fight against Ryung in a TvZ, and I would not mind following that one. But yo, we gotta give it up for our boy MMA, who just took a breaking GG and has advanced on to the semifinals of the Olimoleague. Now, granted, MMA comes up against either Impact or Zest, and funny enough, I think Impact would be a more difficult opponent for MMA than Zest, just based off their history together. But that's gonna be a cool semifinals. I think though we'll follow this to Ryung, unless Olimoleague wants to specifically skip in order to keep the semifinals on track. We'll contact her, we'll figure out what's going on. Of course, quick note about things, we should stress this: if you guys enjoy what you're seeing here today, we normally send replay packs out to all of our subscribers, but this tournament is the one exception to that. If you want replays from the Olimoleague and these pro players and you want to study the builds, sure, you can probably use our VODs, but you can also get the replays directly by going to the Patreon for the Olimoleague, patreon.com/Olimoleague. There's also a giveaway currently going on through gleam.io. If someone could type ! giveaway in chat, we got a sponsor, temporary channel sponsor, Luckbox. It's literally like a 1 month run, that's it. They're just trying to grow their social media outreach, so they do some cool stuff. Check them out through their various links to the Gleam thing just while we're on this break, and when we get back, we'll see you guys for whatever we're getting into. We'll let you know, chat. Also, where are we at for this goal? $73 out of 100 for caster tips for the day. Yo, if we can make some tips, guys, that'd be awesome. But most importantly, we're trying to entice you, because while we had some real generosity from folks during that last game, and seriously, that was like all the donations today in that last game. If we fill up that bar, I'll announce the BTSL today instead of a week from now. And then you guys can get some cool, juicy details on this huge tournament we're throwing together with some awesome sponsors. But we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Thank you for watching. If you're coming in from the front page, I hope you're enjoying our channel for the first time. Come on in, hit the follow button, do the awkward thing where you join chat for the first time and it outs you. We'll see you guys in a few.